Am I mic'd up? Oh, brilliant. Okay. Can I get the clicker? I was looking at it. That's the first time I've seen that. So I was like, oh, wow. Well done, Zenos. So we're just waiting for the clicker. So whilst we're waiting for the clicker, I just want you to see my infraorbital hematoma. So as a doctor, we have no time. And how does this work, Superstar? Do I just press the green button? Yeah? Yes. Okay, perfect. As a doctor, we never have any time for ourselves. And I wanted to look super hot and super energetic for you guys.
Always about part.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And I injected myself on Monday with a needle and I hit a vessel, as you can see. So I'm not covering it up, but this is my bruise, which I famously carry because they'd reposted my story. So I'm the girl with the bruise, apparently. Everyone keeps coming up to me saying, hey, you're the girl with the bruise. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to look like a superstar and perform like a legend. It's going to be an interactive experience. So I'm going to wake you guys up a little bit. And you're going to have some fun. And by the end of it, you're going to be a better doctor than me, hopefully. So this is me, I'm Dr. Vali. I'm a specialist in cosmetic dermatology, medical wellness, regenerative medicine, and longevity. I'm twice board certified, that's 2 medical degrees with lots and lots of postgraduate degrees. I went to UCLA and King's College London. I'm a little bit of a geek. I do like studying. And then what we do is we give you thick hair, we give you makeup-free skin, we contour your face to suit your ethnicity, your gender, your heritage. We contour your body to suit the silhouette that you want. And then on the inside, we look at your mood, your energy, your performance, your concentration. We look at your gut health. We look at your libido, and we look at your fertility. So we do inside-out approach. And that's why we say, you look like a superstar, and we perform like a legend. And while you've done these videos, so I'm known to speak very quickly, by the way. So the reason why I've done videos in the back is that if I speak too quickly, you can watch the videos instead. So we do something called the BDV 360 approach. And the reason why we call it a 360 approach, because we're approaching you from the inside out and outside in. We don't believe, and I've been a doctor, I think, 23, 24 years. I will tell you my age soon, near 50, right? I've been a doctor for a very long time, and we've never approached you in a manner of just this kind of rubbish just outside. We've always approached you from the inside out. And what we do when you come see us is we do an extensive consultation for over an hour. And we talk about all things hair lab, skin lab, face lab, body lab, wellness lab. And we make an interactive treatment plan for you. We call it a 360 treatment plan. And in this, my team hate me because in this, there's links to more videos where I'm speaking. And we never treat you on the same day. In my brand, we don't treat you on the same day. We want patient autonomy. We want you to make an informed decision. Because it's like when you go to like the Chanel store and the salesperson is so good, that's me, and you want everything immediately. So we don't want buyer's remorse, because if I do something to you, I can't reverse it. So we let you think about it. We let you make an informed decision, and then we decide if we're the right brand for you. So for example, you might be someone who's like, oh, Dr. Vali, I just want a little bit more here, I just want a little bit more here. And I'm, dude, you're having panic attacks. No one cares about what's here. Let's fix the panic attacks first, and then you won't care about what's here. So that's why we allow you to make an informed decision. And we treat you in a phased approach. We do phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. We win your trust slowly. We don't allow you to do everything in one go. And this is what we have. We have, I think, a 3,000 to 4,000 square foot space in Selfridges, one of the biggest retail stores in the world. Over here, we do 120 medical services that covers all the labs. And we were invitation only, primarily in my other brand. And now we're by appointment only. And we are flagship in London. We're a concierge in 7 countries around the world. So we have something called an innovation hub. Can I get some water? We have something called an innovation hub. And this is key. So whoever your practicing physician is or whichever doctor you go to, you want them to be on the pulse. You want them to be innovative. You want them to be up to date. So we have an academic board that ensures that we're on the pulse the whole time. Thank you. So we have modalities in our services. We go in a multimodal manner, but all of our stuff is up to date and is signed off by an academic board. I don't give my name to any brand. You'll never see me promoting a brand. You'll never see me promoting a machine or technology. I believe in patient integrity, and we took the Hippocratic Oath for a reason. So the only thing we do is we research the device, the machine, the modality, the intervention. And if we like it, with our own internal research, then we onboard it. So we've got patented technology in services, and we have patent technology in products as well. And then, my team will tell you this, I'm known to lobotomize you. So I take your brain, I throw it away, and I start all over again. So we've got something called a BDV Foundation in Training, where we literally retrain you into an amazing 360 practitioner or doctor. And for those of you who can't see us, we've got something called New Breed Skin Technology. And this hub is for our products that you can buy when they're available, I think, when they're released. Well, our products you can buy and access us. So our technology, so if you can't come and see us in service, you can access our technology and our knowledge in our products. And everything about us is bioavailability. All we care about is does that intervention end up at the right end cell point? Or is it superficial and it's unavailable and it does nothing apart from make you glow a bit? So when I patented my own skincare formulation and my own molecule, the one thing I didn't understand is how does one skincare brand fix us all in the same way? It didn't make sense to me. So when I looked back at it, I was like, okay, we want to create something that you normally need a prescription for, ingredients that I normally use at a prescription level to treat acne, rosacea, pigmentation, fine lines, open pores, laxity, all the fun stuff. But you would come to me for a prescription like tretinoin and good things like that. Instead, I took those ingredients, I shrink wrapped it in Japanese technology, and I made it go to the medical layer of the skin, the reticular dermis, where it activates your cells to fix you epigenetically to you. So if my problem is pigmentation, it will act differently to me. If your problem is rosacea, it will act differently to you. So we wanted to create something that uses your personalized cells, because we're 8 to 9 billion different types of people, and it fixes you in your way. And then I think some of you might know that I've got a little bit of a vibration tool. So we also took something called trans-anatomical oscillations. This is vibration that creates sonic wave patterns. And then our lab turned around and said, let's create sonic wave patterns to hit each anatomical plane differently. So if you're going to the bone, you're going to be contoured. If you're going to the fat pads, you're going to be lifted and tightened. If you're going to go to lymph nodes, you're going to depuff. If you're going to go to, this is my favorite one, by the way, if you go to muscles, you're going to have no headache, no tension headache from the team. And then we've also got something called the Biohacking bar, which also has our supplements, our adaptogenics, and we do sublingual droppers because we believe in bioavailability. So today, we're going to talk about regenerative aesthetics. I know a lot of speakers have been talking about longevity. I will be touching on longevity because you can't just do a quick fix on the outside if you're a hot mess on the inside. So please, that's the only takeaway I want you to take home today, is there's no point fixing the outside if you're a hot mess on the inside. So let's make you look like a superstar. Right, so regenerative aesthetics. For me, is it new? Is it hype? Is it marketing? So we've been told that Sculptra, Radiesse, biostimulants, ablative laser, CO2, Fraxel, this is all regenerative aesthetics. But this has been around for decades. It's not nothing new. The mechanism of action has changed because as practitioners, we learn as we go along. So the only thing that's changed is the modality. However, what is new in the industry in terms of regenerative aesthetics is something called biologics, so exosomes and things that cause inflammation superficially, polynucleotides. And then we're looking at traditional aesthetics versus regenerative aesthetics. Traditional aesthetics normally is superficial. It fixes the problem temporarily. So if you've got a hollow, we just inject a little bit. If you've got a line, we just inject a little bit. If you want to be lifted, we just tighten you a little bit, but then you come back again. Regenerative aesthetics ensures that you continue regenerating from the inside out. Thanks, Ifsa. You continue having cellular regeneration and renewal. And that's a key takeaway here. And even in longevity, which I'll touch on, it's all about cellular regeneration, cellular renewal, but your own cellular regeneration, not someone else's. And when we're looking at cellular regeneration, we're looking at different layers anatomically on the outside. So we're looking at epidermal cellular matrix, i.e. cellular turnover, to make sure you glow. We're looking in the dermal matrix, the reticulodermis, the medical layer in the skin. Over here, we had the building blocks, the fibroblasts that produce collagen, elastin, hyaluronic acid, that will lift and tighten you, that will get rid of the hollows, that will literally cause neocollagenesis, new collagen formation. And then, like always in BDV, we always approach you in an outside-in, inside-out approach. You will never come for a quick fix or just walk in for 1 or 2 treatments. You have a personalized treatment plan, and your lifespan with me is over 7 years. And then you like me, then you refer your family, and then I become part of the family, and that's why we call you BDV family. We don't call you patients. And this is my favorite quote by me: not aging gracefully, but aging intelligently. Where we do not choose beauty, we restore function. So, on the outside, we have to do a consultation first. Now, in the consultation, as a doctor, who's a doctor here? Who's a medic? Put your hands up. Brilliant. I think it's just you. Oh, yeah, Dr. Meyer as well, right? So when we're having a consultation, as a doctor, most doctors will tell you what ongoing medical problems you have, what medications you're on. That's not with us. The first 3 questions that I want to know is, who referred you? Who sent you to me? Because who sent you to me tells me what you're looking for. Are you looking for biohacking on the inside? Are you looking for a certain type of treatment? What kind of intervention you're looking for? The next question I'm looking at is, how old are you? Because if you're in your 20s, what kind of psychosocial pressures do you have? Instagram, TikTok, what pressures do you have? In your 30s, are you a new mum who's just had your babies? Have you completed your family or still ongoing? If you're in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, are you a CEO who wants to extend your health and lifespan because you want to keep the role? Are you a mother of 4, a CEO of the home, and you have to maintain competency? So these are the most pivotal questions in terms of consultation. And then we move on to past medical history, drug history, and all the fun stuff. The one key thing I will say to you is the interventions that we do in terms of aesthetics or in terms of regenerative medicine. I get patients that come to me and they're like, Wallahi, doctor, I didn't do any of Dr. Vali, I didn't put anything, I promise you, it just blew up. It just blew up. I would never cheat on you. Like, it just happened. You have to keep a record of what has been put in your face, in your body, what product, how it's been placed there. If you do not do this, I'm going in blind and that can cause more problems. So from now on, guys, ensure that your medical practitioner, your physician, gives you your medical record, because it's your right. Then we move on to skin labs. So like I mentioned before, we fix rosacea, acne, pigmentation, fine lines, wrinkles, open pores, all the fun stuff. This skin should match this skin, should match this skin. There shouldn't be a difference. So we assess you and we have a look there and diagnose you. Then we look at face lab. Right? I was going to have a model here, but I'll do it myself. We age from the skull. We don't age from superficially. The skull resorbs. Who remembers pictures of their grandma and she had these big, beautiful eyes? And now when you look at her, they're beady and they've gone down because the orbital rim resorbs backwards. The mandibular, maxillary angle moves forward. The nose droops, the ears grow. You resorb from the bone, you resorb from the scaffold. Everything else slips off. The fat pads come down, the jowls come along, the hollows come, the shadows come, your buccal fat pad, your malleus fat pad, your infraorbital fat pad. So we assess you, we turn around and tell you your best feature, so we compliment you. Then we turn around and tell you your worst feature, so then you hate me. And what we do is we try and bridge the gap between the best feature and the worst feature. And the other thing we do is we tell you your selfie side, because we're all taking pictures nowadays. So like, this is your selfie side. And then the last thing we do is we tell you, this is the way we can correct the balance and the harmonization of the face. But there's a trick that I use. I always tell you where you've got mum's features and dad's features. Because I've been doing this for a long time, so I kind of have x-ray vision. Then we assess your body. So the first thing we do is we ask you, is this a fat day or is this a thin day? Remember, 40% of our BDV family is men. So the pressure is also on men. It's not just on women. And then in terms of fat, we look for grabbable fat. The fat deposits on your body, is it a gift from God? Is it a gift from your family? Or can I get rid of them? What kind of silhouette do you need? We also assess the skin on the body, whether you have cellulite, stretch marks, keratosis pilaris, all the fun stuff. But then I ask you, are you going to be walking around naked like a Victoria's Secret model? Then you don't need to concentrate on this. And in the body lab, we also touch with our female BDV family. We touch on femina, and we use the word femina for female, a Latin word, because we ask about female health. Are you still feeling sexually pleasured? What's your libido like? Did you have babies? Did you have a normal vaginal delivery? Did you have an episiotomy? Do you have urinary incontinence? All these things matter. And then we move on to hair lab, and we turn around and we ask, do you have any hair loss issues? Is there any hair thinning, shedding, anything happening? Have you had long COVID recently? Are you postnatal? So we want to look at the life event you've had, which is causing the hair shedding, because to go into the hair shedding phase of the cycle, which is called telogen effluvium, you could have a bereavement, a life event, but your hair won't respond for 3 to 6 months later. And then we do the wellness, where, again, I'll come to that more extensively. I'm really sorry I got a sore throat from partying last night. Right. These are the treatment modalities. When I look at offering new treatment modalities, the first thing I need to figure out is, are you a virgin or you're non-virgin? And I don't mean to be crass. When I mean virgin, I mean, have you never had interventions before? Or are you seasoned? Have you had surgical interventions, fillers, threads, and all that kind of stuff? Because I need to know where you are, where you're comfortable with, because patient autonomy is key. So let's start with more simple things. So there's good prescription-grade skincare that we turn around and put in a protocol. And there's lots of ingredients nowadays and formulations out there that you don't need me for, and they maintain your extracellular matrix, the beauty layer of the skin. Then you can take supplements for collagen, for brightening. So there's lots of good supplements out there. Zenos has got a range that is epigenetically formulated, so it will give you those changes you're looking for. And then we use skin laser modalities. So who's seen on Instagram and TikTok the 7-day journey of a CO2? This is my CO2 laser. I'm now peeling day 3. This is what I look like. These ablative therapies have now come back in. This is one of my favorite interventions, especially for tightening, contracting, reducing fine lines, wrinkles. It causes true cellular regeneration, which is what we're looking for. We're not looking for temporary inflammation. And then you have skin tightening modalities such as fractional RF, your HIFU, your Morpheus 8, your Softwave, your Thermage, your Alfera, to lift and reposition the fat pads. Be careful, some of them melt the fat pads. If you're melting the fat pads, you're going to get laxity instead. So some of them are counterintuitive in 6 to 9 months. I need can someone pour me water in a glass? My throat's killing me. And then we've got, who's heard of PRP, PRF? I'm sure a lot of you have. Has anyone done PRP or PRF? Yeah. So this is when we take your own blood cells, we spin it, we take all the growth factors, and then we might spin it a bit more and mix it with a few more things to give you PRF to thicken it. So it's autologous, it's found in your own body, and we inject it in places, thank you, superstar. We inject it in places where you need. It could be to move the hair from the shedding phase, i.e. telogen, into anagen. It could be to refreshen your face. It could be to improve healing after a procedure, such as an ablative laser. And then, this is my least favorite one, but everyone's talking about it, polynucleotides. Polynucleotides cause inflammation. They're microRNA and DNA, and they cause inflammation temporarily in an area to give you the swelling, to give you the brightness, and then they disappear. But does it cause cellular regeneration? Does it actually make the cells turn over and produce? No. But I say to my team, why would you inject salmon sperm under your eyes? Why would you not inject your own DNA or your own growth factors? Then we have skin boosters. So you have hyaluronic acid, and hyaluronic acid mixed with amino acids such as something called Profilo, which actually creates an absorbable layer or matrix in terms of brightening from underneath the skin. And it boosts all these modalities, by the way, boost collagen fibers 1 and 3, but you have 28 collagen fibers. So we need boosting on all the rest. And these are all temporary boosting. Then we've got the biostimulants that had the best marketing budget. So your calcium hydroxyapatite, your PLLA, Sculptra, Radiesse, your Lanluma. What this does, it causes a prolonged inflammatory cascade. It causes stimulation for a long time of neocollagenesis, i.e. new collagen formation. So in the old days, I used to get patients, and I used to see them, and I never did sculpture. And now I do, but I never did sculpture. Because sculpture for me would cause that filler face, where you're stimulating uncontrolled. And you would say to me, Wallahi, Dr. Vali, I haven't been to anyone else, I haven't done anything. I'm like, I don't do sculpture. And it will grow and it will grow. And my face just keeps growing. So it's uncontrolled stimulation. Now, the new mechanism of action is they've asked us to over-dilute it, and they've said, place it in different anatomical forms. Place it periostally on the bone, because you're aging from the bone, which makes sense. Dilute it a lot more and place it on the dermis for refreshment. Place it on the bone for scaffolding. And then the good thing about these biostimulants is they work on a lot more collagen fibers. And then you've got the new generation that you will hear about soon, which is hyaluronic acid. Remember, hyaluronic acid is naturally found in your body. It's synonymous to you. Salmon sperm isn't. Right? So at the end of the day, you've got hyaluronic acid, and they're now mixing it with exosomes, calcium hydroxyapatite, PLA, they're mixing it. And we're being taught to approach you in a multi-layered approach. If you want lifting and tightening, it's PLLA, it's a biostimulant. If you want a hollow taken away, it's a hyaluronic acid. So we're being taught to multi-layer. And then I'm now getting my 25-year-olds coming in to see me. And I don't want filler, no more filler. I want fat in my face. I want fat transfer. Take it from here, put it here. And it's good because fat cells do cause true cellular regeneration. It's a biologic. It's a biostimulant. It will cause true cellular regeneration. And then we've got exosomes, which are they're not going anywhere. They're here to stay. I love exosomes, right? So exosomes are extravesical molecules that come from stem cells. It's like a fertilizer. Wherever you put it, it grows. So in this modality, on the outside, you can either inject exosomes intradermally, or you can put it topically to cause continual regeneration, or you can inject it intrascapularly in your hair for hair growth as well. And now there is the trend of filler fatigue, don't want fillers, I want a facelift. I want a mini facelift. We've got Kendall, we've got, who is it? Kris Jenner, and then we've got Brad Pitt, and then we've got Lindsay Lohan, and then we've got Lady Gaga. Everyone's looking phenomenal. Who's their surgeon? Where have they been? So a lot of non-surgical approaches are being replaced by surgical approaches. But regardless of the deep plane facelift and repositioning the SMAS or lateral canthoplasty and upper breadth, you're still going to use regenerative modalities. These doctors are still using regenerative modalities. They're still using an ablative laser afterwards. They're still fat grafting during the surgery. They're still putting exosomes in. There is no one and done, and that's a key thing here. On this slide, we've given you like star rating like a movie. So there's quite a few movies you want to watch that has 5 stars. And there's quite a few movies you can wait till it comes on Amazon Prime, right? So for us, exosomes are the way forward. And just have a look at it. So we've talked about the outside. Let's talk about the inside. There is no point, I'm going to keep saying it, there is no point me fixing you on the outside if the inside is a mess. True cellular regeneration comes from the inside. It does not come from the outside. I can fix the outside in 10 minutes. It takes me a lot longer to fix the inside. And I'm going to keep saying it, that's a key takeaway. So, the wellness industry, why we're all here, is now valued at $1 trillion. Walla, walla, walla. But it's overtaken the aesthetics industry. So it's actually, the aesthetics industry is valued in the billions, but the wellness industry has gone crazy. And why is that? What's happened recently for the wellness industry to go crazy? Let's think about it. COVID happened, but more importantly, what's happened to us? We're multi-hyphenates. We do a lot more now. We have 50 roles. We're mothers, fathers, we're entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs. We're the CEO of the house, we're the CEO in the business. We are pushing ourselves to a level that our body is not capable. It was never, ever epidemiologically supposed to be like this. Men were supposed to be hunter-gatherers. Women were supposed to be homemakers. Everything's changed and our body hasn't caught up. So now we're complaining of symptoms we've never spoken about. Wired and tired, running on empty, overthinking, anxiety, can't sleep, loss of libido. We never, as practitioners and as physicians, we never heard of these symptoms before. In the last 3-4 years, this is mainstream, and I think social media also helps as well in terms of education. Right, so traditional wellness versus regenerative wellness, biohacking, longevity, they're all synonymous, it's all the same word. Right? Traditional wellness used to be your doctor or your GP would like sleep hygiene, 5 fruits a day, exercise, diet, reduce your stress. That was traditional wellness. Regenerative wellness and biohacking and longevity focuses on you personally. It uses your cells to fix you. It uses cellular regeneration, your cellular regeneration. It doesn't mix us up. So again, I'm going to say we approach you in an outside, inside out manner. When I explain biohacking to a patient, I break it down very simply. I turn around and say, we're using your cells to fix you. That's all we're doing. We're not doing anything fancy or anything like that. And then there's different levels of biohacking. Low level, who's wearing an Aura ring right now or Whoop tracker? Put your hands up. Yeah, so you're low level biohackers. Who's gratitude journaling? Brilliant. Who's doing ice baths and Wim Hof breathing? Great. Who's doing sun salutations and stuff like that? Great. So a lot of you are already biohackers. You're doing low-level biohacking, right? Mid-level biohacking is when we're hacking something that is endogenously, i.e. found in you. It's endogenously found in you. So mid-level biohacking is like hyperbaric chamber, IV laser, IV ozone, TPE. Then you've got IV NAD, your peptides. It's all mid-level because this is found in you. Advanced level is when we're using modalities that are exogenous to you, external to you, outside of you. And this can include HRT, testosterone replacement therapy, growth hormone therapy. It can include stem cells, mesenchymal exosomes. So these are all factors that are outside of you, and we use them to refuel the fire burning in you that has flattened. Okay, so if we're from data to design, I'm going to pick on Mazen. Right? So, let's pretend you're female. Yeah. Welcome to my world. So, thank you. So here's the thing. You're female, I'm female. We're going to the GP. You complain of fatigue, mood swings, irritability, you're not sleeping at night. The GP says to you, let's do a blood test. Simple. Do a blood test, we'll find out if anything's going on in the thyroid, your iron level, anything like that. Comes back normal. Both of us have normal blood tests. But you're epigenetically different to me. Your microbiome, your gut health is different to me. Your lifestyle is different to me. Your hormonal profile could be different to me. I could have had children, you could not, you should. Your age is different to me. How do we sit in the same bell curve? How do we sit in the same blood test for normal? It makes no sense. So what we do is we turn around and do your wellness screen and ask you, what do you want to optimize? Mood, sleep, energy? What is it? What symptom do you want to optimize? Performance, concentration, cognitive resilience? What is it? And we'll work on that. We'll take 650 plus biomarkers of inflammation and we'll move the needle on that. And we'll create a bell curve specific to you. And you might be normal in that range, but we don't want you to be normal. We want you to be optimal. We don't want you to function at 70%. We want you to function at 140%. So another quote from me. I like my quotes. So I don't believe in aging gracefully. I believe in aging functionally. If I can walk into my 60s and 70s, sharp, strong, with baby hair still growing and a brain still firing, that's not vanity, that's agency. So let's look at the symptoms. Sleep. So the kind of questions we ask: how many hours of sleep do you get? Do you wake up in the middle of the night? Do you check your phone? Who checks their phone in the middle of the night? Hands up. Good, at least you're honest. Me too, right? Are you craving sugar or salt in the middle of the night? Are you going to pass urine? When you try and fall asleep, do you fall asleep easily? Or is it light sleep? When you wake up, do you feel refreshed? Or do you feel like you need to have a power nap during the day? We look at your mood. We ask you, have you ever been diagnosed with depression or low mood? Do you have anxiety? Have you ever been diagnosed with panic attacks? We ask you all these symptoms because we want to know what's happening in your brain and performance. We look at concentration and performance. Like I said before, we're all multi-hyphenates. We've had a difficult time in this generation. We're trying to do a lot more than our body can cope. Can you perform? If I gave you a task right now, could you focus with tunnel vision at 140% concentration? Or would you worry about who's messaged you, what meeting you're missing, what's for dinner? Are you tunnel vision or are you a little bit brain foggy? We look at stress. What are stress factors? Psychosocial stress factors, what's happening in your life. We look at your energy. Do you go for an afternoon coffee or a chocolate bar? I go for a Coke Zero. I live on Coke Zero. We look at immunity. Do you get recurrent infections? Have you had long COVID? Do you get serial? Do you get run down easily? We look at gut health. Do you bloat? Have you ever been diagnosed with dysfunctional gut dysbiosis? Have you had a change in bowel habit? Do you have food intolerances or sensitivities? We look at your weight and metabolism. Is this the ideal weight you want to be at? Has your metabolism slowed down since you hit perimenopause or postnatally since you've had your children? Or some of you are trying to gain weight. Are you unable to gain weight? We look at muscle gain and musculoskeletal symptoms. We turn around and say, for our men, can you put on muscle easily? For our women who are going through perimenopause, do you feel like you have to work out harder to get the muscle definition? Do you feel like your grip strength's gone? We look at libido. I can hear noise. We look at libido, your sexual drive. Did someone tell me to shut up? What's going on? We look at libido. Has the sex drive gone? So you guys hear it? Yeah, fine. I thought it was just me. Can you stop talking backstage? Thanks, guys. Right. I'm trying to perform. We look at libido. Libido is important because you need to have that release for the happy hormones, the oxytocin, for all the good stuff to come. We look at your fertility, especially nowadays with a lot of us delaying having children. Are you trying to freeze your eggs? Where are you in your fertility journey? What would you like to optimize? Even our men, when was the last time you had your sperm analysis done? Is this something you're concerned about? Because infertility is coming high in men as well. We look at perimenopause and andropause. So we can't just talk about perimenopause all the time. We have to consider andropause in men. Andropause is when you get testosterone deficiency. And men go through the same symptoms women do. Low mood, abdominal weight gain, loss of drive, loss of cognition. They go through exactly the same thing. And that's why we tend to label it as midlife crisis. We look at inflammation and detoxification. Do you have systemic inflammation going on? Have you been diagnosed with a condition such as rheumatoid arthritis or anything like that? We look at longevity. Are you trying to live forever? Do you want to function better? But if you're going to live forever, we need to optimize you. And these are the treatment modalities that we can intervene. So once I've done your history, because I tell you a little secret, men will say that they've got the best performance and concentration. They'll never say they have a problem with it. They'll turn around and say, yeah, my libido's through the roof. Once they get to know me and we've got a relationship, now, Dr. Vali, you know what? I'm just not there like I used to be. And my wife thinks I'm having an affair. I'm wired and tired. I'm running on empty. And my wife thinks I'm having an affair. I'm not. I'm just not interested. I'm exhausted. It's because they're in adrenal fatigue and we have to diagnose them correctly. So what modalities do we have? So when I'm looking at on the inside how to approach you, we turn around and we do mid-level, low-level, and advanced level, okay? So the same way that I spoke about. So you've got supplements. Supplements for mood, gut health, concentration, performance, sleep. And again, you want it to be formulated correctly. Zenos has them epigenetically, so it gives you the timed release to give you the output you want. And then you can do IV therapy, so infusions. Who's had IVs here? Yeah, everyone, most people have. So you can do IV therapy, infusions for energy, mood, gut, hair. Then we've got IV laser therapy. So this is where we turn around and we make you look like a Marvel super character, because you've got like a red laser going through you, or a blue laser, or a yellow laser. Each laser color gives you different outputs. So your yellow would be for your mood, your blue would be for antibacterial. And then we were hyperbaric oxygen. Who's been in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber? Did you enjoy it? You got locked in a compressed chamber for over 90 minutes. It's the best time. It's the only time I get peace in my brand. I hide in the chamber because the team can't unlock me and I do my work there. So this is the normal level of oxygen is 21%. In a hyperbaric oxygen chamber, you get 100% pure oxygen going into every single cell. It goes into the blood, and the blood flows into every organ, and it optimizes end organ function. So if it's going to your brain, it's going to make your mood better, it's going to make you sleep better, it's going to improve your performance, concentration. If it's going to your joints, it's going to help with repair. And everyone's talking about it. I think Justin Bieber's documentary had him zipping himself up in it. There's IV ozone and EBU. This is where we turn around, and it's like dialysis of your blood. We turn around, we take oxygen. Oxygen is 2 molecules. Ozone is 3. So it's supercharged oxygen. It goes into the blood, it cleans up all the free radical damage, and it cleans up all the inflammation, resets you. And then there's something called therapeutic plasma exchange. I think you're going to see a rise in this. I don't know who's got TikTok and who's got Instagram, but I don't know if you've seen the videos where you've got dark blood coming out, and then you've got bright red blood going back in. This is TPE. So what we're doing is we're taking your blood, we're taking all the bad stuff out of it, we're putting albumin, this big bad yellow thing, we're putting that back in it, and it takes all the free radical damage, and then we pump the blood back into you. And then there's NAD. I think NAD's had a good marketing campaign for the last few years as well. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. It's a coenzyme of mitochondrial function. It improves energy batteries in our cells, in every single cell. So mood, energy, libido, everything is improved. It's a good way of resetting your body systemically once a year or twice a year. And you can maintain it with subcut NAD as well. And then we have peptides. Who's on a peptide? Oh, quite a few of you. I'm impressed. Well done. So peptides are amino acids. They're proteins. Different peptides unlock different doors. So we can have a peptide for sleep, DSIP. You can have I've just taken my peptides. I think I did it in front of my friend, Celank and Semax, because I want to improve my cognitive resilience and I want to improve my emotional instability because I'm going through perimenopause. Different peptides give you different doors, okay? So be very careful when you're doing a peptide stacking program. Don't mix them up. I've seen that so commonly with some of my patients that are new to us, that are coming from different brands. They're on like BPC 157, but then they're also on testosterone. Why are you doing longevity when you're trying to get muscle growth? Where's the priority? Neurofeedback is going to have a resurgence as well. It's been around for a while because everyone's now in longevity talking about neuroplasticity. If you want to be youthful, if you want your brain to work forever, if you want to live well, neuroplasticity is key. You have to train your brain. You have to rewire your brain. So neurofeedback rewires the brain. For our cognitive performance, we do different modules and different techniques. Then there's HRT and testosterone replacement therapy. And then there's I'm not going to ask you who's on Ozempic, Mounjaro, who has stay quiet, but there's your GLP, GIP inhibitors and your glucagon one as well. Your triple agonist is coming around as well, which is called retractoside. So this is where you yourselves are hacking your metabolism. Because they're available, I think, in the Middle East over the counter, you guys are taking it, but you have to be careful when you're taking these things. Firstly, make sure you do your baseline blood. Do you need it? Is there other ways? Secondly, turn around and partner with peptides, because the side effects of these drugs are muscle wasting. Also, you don't want to get to the highest dose of Mounjaro and then have nowhere to go. You want to go slowly with it, and you want to protect yourself. And then what we do is we microdose you. So a lot of studies with these GLP-1, GIP inhibitors are now coming out, and they're talking about longevity with them. So the hormone doses are this level, microdosing is like this. So we take that, we over-dilute it, and we microdose you for inflammation and longevity. And then there's IV exosomes and IV mesenchymal stem cells. Mesenchymal stem cells is the whole cell. It's the full cell. It can make any other cell. It's the Mac Daddy It's the God. It literally can make any other cell. But exosomes can get past the blood-brain barrier, and that's the difference. Okay, I'm going to take a 10-second break for a sip of water. And I'm going to talk you through some typical case stories or patient stories that come in. So, I've got my 54-year-old male CEO of a hedge fund, fintech, sovereign wealth fund. He's wired and tired, but he hasn't come in because of that. He didn't complain about that. When I see men, my women in my consultations will sit there, and I sit opposite them, they're like, this is the problem, this is the problem, this is the problem, this is the problem. And I just say again, here, do you want my pencil? Because you're paying me for a consultation and you're consulting yourself, right? My men will never admit to anything because men have never historically had a safe space to go to talk about things. And it takes you to build that relationship with them for them to open up. So typically, my male patients will be referred by their partners. And their partners will say, oh, can you refresh him? He looks a bit tired. Give a bit of Botox, Dr. Vali. So he's coming for a refreshment by his partner. He has fine lines, wrinkles. He has under-eye hollows. He has hair loss. He has abdominal weight gain on the outside. On the inside, he's got poor sleep. He's got reduced concentration and performance. He's wired and tired. He's running on empty. He's got loss of libido. And then the medications he's on is a statin. He's on Cialis when he needs it. He's also intermittently taking growth hormone. He got it for a friend in the gym. I love the friends in the gym, by the way. Yeah. And then he's on multiple supplements, but he's also on testosterone randomly as well. So, how do we approach this patient? We turn around, and if you look at the biohacking, he's already biohacking. He's on human growth hormone, so he's already on an exogenous hormone. So he's on advanced level. He's doing it himself. The first thing I do is I'd work on the inside before I work on the outside. So on the inside, I turn around, and because he's in adrenal fatigue with testosterone deficiency. He's wired and tired, running on empty. He's present, he's not present. He's got mid-abdominal weight gain. He's got poor sleep, and he's lost of libido. The adrenals sit just on top of your kidneys. All day long, they don't know the difference between breaking a nail or being hit by a bus. They have no idea. All day long, leak, 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 leak. Eventually, you get negative feedback, and the adrenals will fatigue, and it's game over. But the adrenals also make sex hormones, and that's why you have a loss of libido with it. So the first thing I would do is I'd work on his adrenal fatigue, and I can do baseline bloods, I can do the HEA, I could do a salivary cortisol test, I can do all that. But clinically, the picture's there. And then I'd put him, and the way I would hack him initially is mid-level. I'd put him on a peptide program. I'd consider DSIP, ACTH, and Celanc to actually work on the adrenal fatigue. And then afterwards, I would teach him about growth hormone and how growth hormone works. Growth hormone will make your adrenal fatigue worse. It will make your cortisol drive worse. So we'd remove him off that, and we'd turn around and say, listen, when your adrenal fatigue improves in a more natural level, we would consider testosterone replacement therapy. And then I would turn around and say, do you still want to fix the outside? He'd be like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. And on the outside, what we'd do, fine lines and wrinkles, I don't do Botox in men. Men should have lines. Men should have expression. Men should look like they've lived. And then we turn around and we put the under-eye hollows. Depends how comfortable he is. Does he want filler? He's probably not. He's a virgin patient. So we can use skin tightening modalities instead, and refreshing his skin and getting his skin to turn over and tighten. And then in terms of his hair loss, anywhere you don't have hair, I can't give you hair. Anywhere you have a hair follicle, I can work with that. I can give you baby hairs, I can thicken that area. And then in terms of the abdominal weight gain, we can either plug him into a fat loss machine, or we can hack him his metabolism. And these are very typical cases, by the way. Apologies. Let's talk about my case. Next one. My 44-year-old female comes to see me. She refers herself. She's concerned with jowling. The jawline doesn't look as tight as it used to be. And she's concerned with weight gain. And she's concerned, and then on the outside, she's concerned with her hair thinning. And she's got a bit of inflammatory rosacea. She had rosacea, but it's got a lot worse in her 40s with hormone changes. And on the inside, she's got brain fog, low mood, Emotional lability goes high and low. She's not like she used to be. Dr. Vali, my personality has changed. I don't recognize myself, right? She has poor sleep. She's reduced cognitive resilience. I could do these things with my eyes closed. Now I can't even do them. It takes me a lot longer, right? And then she's got loss of libido. The medication she's on is levothyroxine. She's on multiple supplements, including collagen supplements and creatinine. So what do we do with this patient? On the outside, it's, again, really easy, not hard at all. But on the inside, we've got perimenopausal symptoms. And she doesn't want to go on HRT. She's not ready for exogenous hormones. She's like, no, I'm not ready for it. She's like, I'll do it later. I know it's gonna protect me. So we turn around and we say, what have you done before? I've done some IVs. I've taken some supplements. Okay, we're mid-level. Let's give you IV and AD to completely reset you, reduce the inflammation, work on every single organ. Within 7 to 10 days of loading you up and maintaining you on subcut levels, you will get the best sleep ever. Your mood won't be so irritated, and you'll just have like a hop in your step. You won't feel the heaviness of the day as much. So let's give you that. Let's start with that. If you improve on that, let's put you on a peptide program. Let's put you on something to work on perimenopause. Thymosin, Thymulin, Celanc, something to help you with cognitive resilience. And that's where I would start with her. And on the outside, she's had fillers. So she's in the non-virgin lane. So on the outside, I'd be like, what would you like? And she'd be like, no, I just want it tightened. Just want it tightened. I go, well, we have to look at the anatomical area first. The balloon has deflated. You have laxity. The fat pad has come down. I can't put filler in a balloon that's lax. I have to make the skin firm first. There's no point me putting rubbish in your face if the cover is dirty. So let's work on skin tightening first. Let's work on the epidermis and the reticulodermis. Then let's inject a biostimulant on the bone, on the periosteum, to lift and structurally tighten you. In the meantime, we can do some tightening of your fat pad layer with different modalities, such as Thermage. Thermage is one of my favorite ones, been around for a while. It's the only one that I find doesn't melt your fat pads. Yeah. And we'll start with that. And in terms of a rosacea, we'll put her on a prescription grade skincare. Right. Final one. My personal power in the celebro role, in the public eye, celebrity, or my person of influence, wear multiple hats, multiple roles. They've been referred by a friend. They're complaining of inflammatory acne, mild. They're not happy with their lips. They're not happy with their facial bone structure. On the outside, she's got acne, mild acne scarring. She's got loss of definition of her cheekbone. She's got jawline loss of definition, and her brow arch has flattened, and she's got fine lines. Yep. And she wants bigger lips. Yeah. And then she's watched Barbie, the movie. So she wants a Barbie neck. She wants the trapezius taken down. And then she's like, I'm in the public eye and I want to wear short skirts. So she wants thin legs as well. Her calves are too big. Right? So this is where I don't need to say anything because you're consulting yourself in the room. And then on the inside, she's got poor sleep. She's anxious. She's crippled with overwhelming thoughts and anxiety. She's then got food sensitivities. She's intermittently bloated. She's considering freezing her eggs, so she wants to look at her fertility. And the medication she's on, she's been prescribed Ritalin by her GP over the last year, so she's now diagnosed with ADHD. And then she's taken Ozempic herself. She's self-dosing, bought it from over the counter and self-dosing. This is my dopamine fatigued patient. Like, share, buzz, buzz, buzz. The hit doesn't hit anymore. It's fatigued. So what do we do with her? I will not touch her at all on the outside. I will concentrate in biohacking her on the inside. Because if I get her mood up, if I get her confidence up, if I turn around and work on the inside first, she won't criticize herself as much. She won't see the flaws that no one else sees. Does that make sense? So I will get her overthinking analysis down. I would consider NAD for her. I would consider EEG, brain neurofeedback for her. I would consider different modalities. I would also talk about metabolism biohacking. She's on Ozempic. What dose is she on? Is she protecting her muscle? She's got laxity. She's lost too much weight too quickly. She went on a high dose. So we're also going to take over her metabolism biohacking. We're going to protect it. We're going to partner it with CJC and ipamorelin, peptides. CJC makes sure that you keep on the same low dose, so you don't go to high doses and become resistant. And ipamorelin protects your muscle wasting, so that you're not sitting there and like literally you're this skinny, skin is hanging off, and you've got no muscle mass. And everyone knows muscle mass is key for longevity. So we'd work on the inside first. On the outside, the only thing I would work on the outside for her is acne and acne scarring. Because the biggest problem with acne is the scarring. The scarring is very difficult to fix. And the NAD, by the way, guys, will work on the systemic cause of inflammation that acne has. So all of this, we'll work on an inside-out approach. She'll come back in a few weeks, maybe 4 to 6 weeks. I'm okay. I love my skin. Okay, but do you want to do, I need to make some money. Do you want to do your Botox? And no, I'm okay. I'm good. That's the key thing here. You have to be mindful of your patient. Patient autonomy is key here. And when you're talking about regeneration or regenerative aesthetics, you're not talking about aesthetics. You're talking about regeneration from the inside out and the outside in. And I'm going to skip this because we're on a time clock. Here's our reference list. And this is us. So we partner with lots of luxury brands. We do BDV masterclasses. We have a fun time. We're all around the globe. We've got an innovation hub that I keep talking about. And as you can tell from today's talk, I love talking. So if you want to learn things, just go on our Instagram or social media. It was a pleasure, guys.
It killed it.